Hi, my name is Jameela, and this is Darren. I'm from Fera.ai, and he's from Klickly. And this is part 2 in our series of how you can prepare for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And we are going to be talking about creating trust and urgency on your website. So the first thing that we'll talk about is how to build trust. So I just want to preface with the fact that if you looked at the last video and you're talking about ad spend, once people come to your website, you want to make sure that they trust you, right? And that they're going to check out. And these things are like instant. You can go to a website and if it's like crappy 2005 HTML, like they're going to... So yeah, building trust in the first couple seconds is so essential. And I just want to first talk about like having a good about us page. Like that's like the number one thing that I personally want to talk about, because a lot of people, at least I've seen from my own website, and I sell jewelry, is that the majority of people will check out my about us page, especially if they come from Facebook, because it's like, who are these people who are advertising, and like, can I even trust them? So,
that's a really good tip. I do that a lot. Now that you say that, and I think about my personal interaction, I do that a lot. And I think it's definitely because of the trust, but honestly, it's a little because I just want to know about the story. Just like you said, who are these people? Like, how did they come about? And
exactly. The story definitely does sell, for at least for us too. It definitely sells for us.
Kind of going on that really quick, like what should we look out for then? Just knowing that you have your page, your about us, and that's kind of where you go. What should we look out for?
Okay, so it depends on your brand, but our brand is very much like informal. We are really there to like, we want women to feel beautiful, look good, feel good, because we also donate like a percentage to women-focused charities. So it's very much like, here's who we are. We have pictures of ourselves on there. We have a little bio. Like I put that I like to annoy my sister in my free time. Stuff like that. So like it depends on your brand and your audience, but our audience is looking to make a connection with us because they want to support like real people, like Canadian people. So that's like the number one for us. But again, always making sure that you're talking to your customer and you're giving your customer what they want. So it really depends on the brand, I suppose. So that's what I would say. Give your customers what they want.
So true. And I think piggybacking off of that, reviews, right? So one, it's like, yes, we're real people. This is our business and this is about us, but we have other people that are generally interested in our product and really love it, right? Exactly. So I think if you see reviews, if you come to a site, it immediately kind of gives this indication of, okay, other people have tried it or worn it or had it, whatever it may be, a bit more trusting.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's the thing about social proof in general is that human beings, they like don't want to make decisions for themselves. They want to see that somebody else has made the decision, and having reviews on your website or even just like average ratings on your collection page or something really helps people to trust you, because then they know like other people have like bought from this person. Oh, when they actually got their product from this person. Oh, and they like and they like it. So it answers all these questions so quickly when you just like display reviews on your website. And that's like it's so essential. And like the other thing is, if you are new and you don't have reviews, you can always post like testimonials too. So even if you have like Google reviews and that are good, you can always put those on your website. And that helps to foster trust. And these are all things that you're like, oh, does anybody really read? But like they may not read, but these are just cues that people have, and they say, okay, I'll give them my money. I know I'm going to get
as long as they see it. And I think one more thing to add too is actual customer photos. I love it when there's customer photos too. Right? So I see reviews or I see testimonials, but I actually see people wearing, especially if it's like an apparel product or something. I love when they have made an Instagram feed within their website. Again, it just kind of gives me this, okay, cool, other people like it. I check this out.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's real people. So, okay. So I'm going to talk about Fera for 1 second, because you can add customer photos and reviews and testimonials and average rating badges all with Fera. So like, what I like to do is I like to pull my Instagram pictures from my Instagram and then put them on the product page.
Yeah.
And that is really useful for my customers, because they want to see like, what does it look like on, like, what does it look like on somebody with this skin tone? Like, is gold gonna look good on like my medium tone skin or something like that? Yeah. So yeah, customer photos are super, super important. And then there's this other brand, Liz and Izzy, and they have like all of their pictures on all of these different like body sizes, and it's like they sell.
I love that
too. Yeah, and that's the best, because you're like, okay, it looks good on this person, it looks good on this person. This person kind of looks like me instead of like the model, which is always beautiful.
Yeah, one of the things I do like going off of that, and it might not work for everybody, but even if you have a model or whomever is modeling that. More so for apparel, and I'm just bringing this up because I was recently just looking for a shirt. It was really, really helpful to know how tall and how much the person weighed.
Yes.
Right? In terms of the fit, because you can look at it, and I don't know my chest size. So maybe just something, I'm not measuring with a tape measure and going, all right, sweet. Yeah.
True. It's so true.
It's really helpful. And then sunglasses, just like you said, different face types, skin colors, all of these different things, is so helpful to just see different people and actually make that decision.
Exactly. Yeah, that's number one. And then of course, having like the customer photos shows that like people like your brand enough that they took a picture. Like, they spent their time and effort to like take a picture and send it to you. That means that like you're a good brand.
That's what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so is there any other type of trust building activities that you think is important? I mean, I could go on forever about
Sure. The last one for me, I think, and this is just personally, I love it when I can have easy communication.
Yeah.
And so that could mean a chatbot, that could mean a very clear contact us tab and or directory to a phone number or an email. If I have a lot of trouble finding that, for some reason, it just kind of irks me.
Yeah.
If I have some sort of problem, I know I'm going to have a problem even like resorting that problem. So I'm just okay.
It's true. The most annoying thing is when they only have like a contact us form and they don't have like an email address. And I'm like, I want to talk to you. So I would say, I mean, well, even if you want to advertise on Google, you have to have, I think, either an address or a phone number somewhere on your website. That's what they technically say that you're supposed to have. But I would say like put as much information as possible. And if you don't want to have people have your email, do a chatbot. Like there's IamPop, there's ChatFuel. There are like a bunch of chatbots that you can use. Yes, there's so many. There's so many. And then the other thing is like you can always have like a link to your Instagram and be like direct message us on Instagram too. There's so many like ways to communicate that it's that like there's no excuse for just having a silly contact.
No excuse at all.
Yeah. Okay. So now we can move on to what type of urgency is effective for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Because like, I mean, if you are going to create a promotion, you want to make people feel like they have to check out right away. So one of the things that like our customers utilize a lot is promotional timers. So basically saying that this deal is only valid for like the next 2 days or like 24 hours or something like that. And either putting that specifically on your product page if it's just for a specific product and you're like driving ad spend to it, or you can have like at the top a promotional timer that's like 20% off Black Friday, Cyber Monday only, and it's only like 5 days. And for me, at least when I'm shopping, like usually I'll buy a lot of things wholesale for our jewelry business. But even for me, like as B2B, I'm like, oh, I only have like 11 days until I can.
It puts like your consideration phase. It gives it that boost it needs, you know?
Exactly. So
I think it's so funny because we're in this space, so it's like we know what's up, but it still works on me. I'm still like, oh man, I only have 5 minutes left. Like,
exactly.
I gotta get this.
Exactly. Well, yeah. That's the thing. You can also have it in your cart. You can also have like cart timers too. Mm-hmm. I mean, I personally feel like too much pressure to check out at the cart, like just as a consumer, but it depends on who your audience is too, right? If you like actually have like a really hot selling product, like, you know, like eyeshadow palettes or something like that like always sell out, then I think that would work as a cart timer. But like for me, I'm just like, I don't want to feel pressure to check out, but it depends on the audience too.
I think, no, that's a really great point. We work with a lot of sports nutrition companies, and they have bundles and different things that they can do kind of unique customized packages for. Mm-hmm. And that's another opportunity where, hey, this custom bundle might be only available for you for the next 5 minutes or something like that.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, it definitely depends on what you're selling. But if I know that you always have this in stock and you're trying to tell me to check it out in 7 minutes.
Nice try.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so the other side of that is, if you might have a product that's definitely probably always in stock, promotional discounts could be another way to go, right? Yeah. So timers might provide discounts in it, and it creates a little bit of urgency from that. But there also might be like a promotional discount for the month, or maybe a holiday, or Black Friday, Cyber Monday is usually a promotional discount, right? Sure. So they're kind of hand in hand, a little bit different, but same but different, I'll say.
I agree. The last thing that I want to talk about is something that Amazon does really well, which is like the get it buy timer. And I think this probably isn't like exactly for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but it's more closer to Christmas, where people are like, am I going to get this by like December 20th or whatever? Cool. So making sure that you have, like, as long as your shipping is properly set up, but so that people know, like, if I buy this right now, I'm going to get it in like 2 days, or I'm going to get it in three weeks or whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as people know, then it makes it easier to check out. Mm-hmm. Because at least even for me, when I'm shopping around Christmas time, I'll look and I'll be like, oh, am I going to get it? Am I going to get it?
When you're having late Christmas, it's coming. You give them like the little picture, print out of the picture. I got you this.
That's the worst. I bought a doll like 2 years ago from Amazon, and it said it was going to come on time, and it didn't. And I was so mad. And my daughter was like, well, she didn't know I was buying it for her, but I was personally mad. And I didn't shop with Amazon for like a year after that because I was so pissed off.
There you go. That's why you need to have it in line.
Exactly. Okay. And then the other thing that we can talk about is if you're creating a promotional timer, then making sure that you are creating a compelling offer that people actually want to check out from. So like, it's not like now that you're doing 5% off or whatever, like it has to be useful enough for somebody to actually check out. So I guess now we can talk about what people can do in the next 24 hours or less to start planning for building trust and creating urgency. So do you want me to do the list, or do you want to do the list?
I can do the list.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, list. Things you can do in 24 hours or less. So first, plan your offers now. Be sure to calculate your margins if you haven't already, and you can predict how that'll impact your demand. A lot of that also is maybe looking at your customer lifetime value. So earliest as possible, plan your offers now. Second, start gathering customer events and information now. I know a really good platform that can do that. It rhymes with Fera. Fera. No, Fera is amazing. Honestly, really good platform. So start gathering your customer events and information now. And then finally, really, really important, honestly, just in general for marketing, but specific to loyalty and retention, urgency, everything else, understanding your customer lifetime value and or repeatable purchase percentage, That is so valuable. It allows you to understand your margins. You can maybe risk giving away a little bit more, which is a bit more enticing for a customer because you have a true understanding of your customer lifetime value. So Understand that. It's the most important thing. Those are 3 tips. Next 24 hours, knock them out.
Awesome. I love it. So yeah, if you need those 3 tips in PDF format, we have a sweet checklist that you can find. It's going to be in the description of the video, so make sure that you get it. And then at the end of the series, we'll have an entire ebook that you can use to plan out your Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So we will see you guys in the next video, in which we'll be talking about retaining your seasonal shoppers, because that's going to be really, really important, especially when you're talking about your lifetime value for your customers. Yeah. So we will catch you guys soon.
See you guys.
See you.